everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everyone, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 515. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I am Mako-chan.
And I'm Ichigami.
And how is everybody doing tonight?
Meh.
We got some stuff done today, so efficient at least.
I'll believe it, definitely. And Ari is out tonight. I'm assuming he's not... Oh, he's just now leaving work. Okay. All right, so when you mentioned afternoons, I'm thinking you're done in the afternoon being home. My bad. Things happen. Oh, well. It's all good. And my apologies to those of you who tuned in and didn't hear the pre-show or anything like that. As I've explained previously, whenever there is a system update, I have to go in and reset all of my audio settings because I have like 3 different sound cards. So I forgot to reset OBS to output. But here's the thing. Within the Skype studio, we could hear the music, hear everybody talking. It's just that OBS couldn't connect to the hardware so that y'all could hear it. So I had to fix that. And I always fix it. I guess this is one time I totally forgot. There has got to be a way to set this with a script or something like that. I don't know. But anywho, enough about that. We are live tonight, week of September 14th, 2021, right here on Twitch TV. We are live here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, Tuesdays from 9:30 to 11 Eastern Daylight Time. We're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network. You can find out more information about them at vognetwork.com. And they also stream on here on Twitch at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. And we have a Discord, so come hang out with us in our Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. You can leave comments, compliments, articles, all that cool stuff, and we greatly appreciate that. So, now that we got the basics out of the way, make sure that things don't get any more chaotic and crazy. We'll go around the room. Everyone, how was their week? How was their day? So, Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
Not altogether horrible. We're shorthanded at work, so it's a little bit crazy right now. But other than that, yeah, that's it.
Well, that's not so bad, so, you know.
Yeah, I was approved for a mortgage.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so now comes the attempting to find something I can afford. And then, having to move again. But hopefully this will be, possibly a long-term move, so.
Well, given that generally monthly mortgages are generally cheaper than rent, maybe you could find a decent roommate,
Well, that's my plan. Depending on where I end up finding a place, I do have a couple of options for potential people to room with me. And if that is I'm trying to find something that I can afford by myself.
Right.
And then should I have a roommate, I can either double up on my mortgage payment at that point or, get a new car or a newer car, I should say.
Fair.
Because mine's, it's still kicking, but it's pretty up there in age. So
your car is like a damn Timex. It takes a lick and keeps on ticking.
That is the joy of having a Toyota. They will go on forever and ever. I've gotten into 2 accidents with the car and it's still going.
It's like every time your car gets an accident, your car's like, I'm okay. It dusts itself up. I'm good. It tries to drive and just stops. Like, I'm good. I got this. Don't worry about
The
me.
fact that my car is as old as it is, this is a 2005,
Right.
bought in 2004, because they always come out a little bit more. It was bought brand new. My alignment is still good on it, even after all of those years. It doesn't pull, it doesn't do anything like that, and I've gotten into 2 accidents with it. So it's a damn good car.
I was gonna agree. Toyotas are tanks. I had my it was like 1999 Camry up until we sold it so we could get a little money to send, because we ended up inheriting, like, well, we paid for it, but we inherited like my husband's grandparents' Civic. So now I drive a Honda. They're pretty good. They're not as good as Toyota has been, but Toyotas are friggin' tanks.
Yeah, my ultimate goal is to be able to get the Toyota Corolla hatchback.
Yeah.
Just because then I would have more space for stuff when going to conventions.
True.
Because hatchbacks you can fill, completely and not have to worry about, the top of the car getting in the way or anything. So at that point I should be able to put, instead of 3 people stuff in the back of the trunk, I should be able to put 4 people stuff in the back in the trunk and actually drive 4 people in my car instead of, 3.
True. You don't drive your car to the ground. It's like, the last time you actually drove in your car more than 4 hours was when we did MagFest that year, and that was like what, 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
I
have a lot of miles on it. Obviously, in the last 2 years, I really haven't done much with the car. But I've driven to Canada twice with it. I've driven to Boston like 5 or 6 times with it. I've driven down to Maryland a couple of times, back and forth into PA with it a couple of times. Yep. So, I mean, it definitely has a decent amount of miles on it, but I also give it regular oil changes and, make sure that everything's going well on that end.
Yeah.
So I take care of it just so that it has lasted me this long without, completely shitting the bucket. But yeah, it would be really nice to actually be able to upgrade.
Fair enough. All right, Ichigo, how was your week? How was your day?
It's been kind of a busy week, I guess. We've been working on a lot over on my channel, and I've been doing a lot of sewing recently.
Yeah.
I'll talk a little bit more about that, I guess, during our weekend day, kind of like our geek roundtable breakdown. But yeah, we've been getting back into cosplay in prep for next year. If all things go better than they have, I'm planning to head out to ZenkaiCon, if not KatsuCon or MagFest, because they're fairly local to me. Right. So just been getting back into gear with that and documenting it a little bit on the channel. And then as far as nerdy things go, I got into a new series and have been keeping kind of busy that way. So yeah, in general, it's been kind of a busy week, but it's definitely been a lot of sewing.
I totally get that. Well, as for my weekend days, same old, same old. I actually went out and was social again. I actually went out, hung out with some friends Saturday night. So, things were good. It was fun. Probably tomorrow or Thursday, I will go get tested just to be on the safe side, and I used to laugh at people who would get tested every single week, because I'm like, you're not in a field of work where you have to be tested every week. It's like you go to work and you come home. You don't go anywhere else. Now, after that scare, I'm like, that makes a lot more sense now. So that's done. I won't get too much into my geek roundtable here, but I'm like, I kind of started on a new series. So I'll talk about that briefly. I have another figurine I want to show off, so that's going to be kind of cool. But other than that, it's been a chill week. The weather's been kind of fluctuating, I'm like on my third week of job hunting, and I've come to the realization. Well, I've already realized this, that nobody wants to pay my rate, what I'm worth. And as I dig even deeper, I'm just like, wow, nobody. Okay. So I'll just have to just keep pushing till I find something that's just as close. I'm just saying, if you're going to undercut my rate and I'm not working from home, then we're going to have a problem here. But it is what it is. Yes, and I do understand, more companies are increasing their hourly rates to get people in, but it's a slow thing. Retail, you'll definitely see that. Corporate side, not so much. But I do have a couple of leads on something, so we'll just see where all that goes. And let's see, what else do we have here? And I think that is it. We got some housekeeping here. And before I continue with housekeeping, I want to say thank you to Starlit Creations and Ari for the bits. We appreciate that. Every little bit counts. It keeps the show going. It keeps everything going. We have good times here. Don't forget on housekeeping. Don't forget every week, every Thursday, except for last week and one time before that. Every episode of Anime Jam Session is on YouTube, youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. Look for the playlist, podcast VODs. So definitely check that out. And I realized that I forgot to upload an episode 511. So that's up there now. Last week's episode is finally up. So definitely check that out. And from our convention coverage from PuchiCon, every day this week, starting today, I will be releasing a new video from the con on our YouTube. I believe today is the Masquerade. We also have D&D Sluggers live performance. Sweetheart Stars, a small Central PA Love Live idol group, and the voice actor reading panel, which was a bit of a cluster F, but that's up there too. That was kind of fun. So definitely check them all out. They'll be released every single day this week at 12 noon. Check them out, and I will make sure that they are advertised on our Facebook page. I have to figure out again on how to get the link together. I had it linked once, but I disconnected it and I couldn't do it again. Oh yeah, one more thing about my weekend day. If you kind of notice, I actually have a new webcam now. So my Microsoft LifeCam has been retired. But I do have this webcam from Creative Labs. It's really nice. The brightness setting needs to be tweaked some, but we'll see how that goes. And one more thing, and housekeeping here. As Ichigo says, Twitch has removed auto hosting, so if you get the notification that we're live, and come through, throw us a bone, say hi, and give us a host. You can open up your channel page, go into the chat, /host Anime Jam Session. So if you could do that, that will be great, and we appreciate it. And if you're going to host us like that, let us know. I will put it in and set up notifications, so when you go live, I will host you as well. We're all independent podcasters, independent streamers. We all look out for each other. We need to make the world run and make it perfect. So let's see, what else do we have here? Don't forget the VOG Network Pro Shop at vognetwork.com/shop. Shirts in there from Orange Lounge Radio and the Bobby Blackwolf Show. I have to remember to give Bobby an image so we can have Anime Jam Session shirts up there as well. So, yep. Yes, Starlit Creation. As of last week, they got rid of the auto hosting. It's slowly being pulled from all the channels. Yes. So now if you want to auto host, you have to turn on your notifications. And once you get that notification that somebody you is streaming live, you have to open up OBS, type in /host and that channel name, or open up twitch.tv, go to your channel page, and go to the chat window and do it there. Hopefully, they'll come out with a script or something like that to do that. That would be kind of cool. And last thing on upcoming conventions, here's a list of conventions we will be covering As of right now, this list is subject to change based on staff availability and COVID rules and regulations in various cities and states. So we have another anime con in Westfield, Massachusetts, October 22nd to the 24th. DerbyCon, I believe in East Brunswick, New Jersey. It's one of the Brunswicks. October 20th.
It's East Brunswick.
East Brunswick, New Jersey, from October 29th to the 31st. The Unconvention, which I think is in Somerset, Somerset, New Jersey, November 12th to the 14th. Anime NYC at the Jacobs K. Javits Center in New York City, November 19th to the 21st. And ZenkaiCon in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at the Lancaster County Convention Center, March 25th to the 22nd, 2022. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to go into our Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk about our more geekier aspects of our week. So, Mako, kick things off while I go grab my my little device, my little share.
Sure. So today I am sharing another pop figure, obviously. When we went to PoochCon, we went to meet up with Kyle Hebert, and yay for Kyle. So while I was there, I actually brought two of these with me to be signed. This one is mine, but I had one signed specifically for a fellow Twitch streamer who basically his religion is Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. So I packed him up this, the pop figure with a bunch of little Japanese snacks that we got from Mitsuwa when we went and sent them to him.
That's nice.
He opened it live on his stream on Sunday and completely lost it.
Did you clip it?
Did I break him on stream on Sunday? He was still freaking out about it on Monday. So I believe that is a good one on me.
Nice.
I do enjoy breaking people. Sometimes it's happy to break people happily instead of how I break all of you.
I think that's at one time you like, I've broken people the bad way enough times. I think I can cash in this token to break somebody in a good way.
Yeah, it's very nice to do that. And, knowing that somebody's going to enjoy it that much and, I didn't have to really go out of my way to do it. It was, very nice. And that's the kind of thing I enjoy is, doing little things like that to bring people happy and joyness and all of that fun stuff.
Now I know you're full of shit.
I am a good person, damn it.
Now I know you're full of shit.
Shh.
And who is this person? Can we give them a shout out?
Sure. Shout out to Dream Warrior. He does a lot of spooky games, but as I said, he is a complete and total nerd for Dragon Ball and anything related to Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, and he even likes GT and things like that. So, yeah.
Wow.
But he's this week he is doing all of his streaming is going to charity. It's going to the Starlight Foundation for Children. So if you guys want to go visit him, he will be streaming tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday as well.
And as Washu Otaku says in our chat room here at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session, nerd. And to that I say,
pretty much. But
and to that I say,
aren't we
damn,
all?
Yep, damn right we are.
Yeah, aren't we all?
All right, Ichigo, what have you been working on for the Geek Roundtable? Like, what cool stuff you been doing on your stream?
I guess cosplay update, Hyperdimensional Neptunia is a go. We've been working on that. Hyperdimensional Neptunia is a series about consoles, but some of them are consoles that were never released, being made into like human anime girl form and then becoming goddesses in a digital realm. So, I have a fellow costuber / gamer friend here on Twitch, Wild Spice. If you guys haven't heard of her, obviously you're missing out.
And she's also one of our awesome part-time hosts here on the show.
Yes. And so she's supposed to do one of the other characters, but we were planning to do like a duet cosplay of a few different anime, honestly, at this point. Because she's Red Blood Cell, and I'm going to be looking at doing, why can I never
Macrophage.
Macrophage, and from Cells at Work. And then also, you know, it's one of these things where we're both doing hyperdimensional Neptunia costumes. So next year at ZenkaCon, I'm planning to debut a few of these costumes, if not all of them. And so I'm working on that one right now on my channel. So if you're interested in anything like that, I'll be trying to save all that media so that I can remix it for a YouTube channel as like not really a tutorial, but kind of a cosplay journal, as it were. And then been catching up on some new series. Netflix released one called Darwin's Game.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Again, I am one of those people that enjoys horror anime with a twist. And I do actually really enjoy this one, even though there was a little bit of fan serviciness to it. I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story a lot, and I finished it in one night. Cause I binge anime like a weeb. And so I finished it, and started it, and it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun spin on the idea of noblesse, oblige, and like the whole like dot hack sign kind of situation. You know, it was one of those predictable, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in a computer game kind of things. But at the end of the day, it was actually a pretty good storyline, and I really enjoyed the twists and turns. So if you have not had a chance to, and you enjoy a little bit of horror, a little bit of adventure, a kind of battle royale style anime, you might check out Darwin's Game over on Netflix. Yeah, and I think I might want to actually cosplay one of the characters from that, because she definitely wears a very kawaii style. And definitely has braids, and I have like the perfect wig for it, and I might have the fabric for it. So I'm just like, ooh, new costume. I could probably knock that out in a week. Yay! And it looks super comfy. Like, she doesn't even wear a jacket. It's just like a jumper dress, and I'm like, yes. So
two things. One, if Wild Spice is doing Red Blood Cell and you're doing Macrophage, I may have to join y'all as Killer T Cell.
That would be awesome.
Because it's basically Killer T Cell's outfit is basically my clothing. All I need is the hat that says "kill" on it, and I know a couple of talented ladies that could do some great embroidery with hats. So I'll definitely be doing that. And
I want to join, but I'm not going.
And it's one of those things. If it gets worse, then what I'll probably do is just do some photo shoots at home. Because unfortunately, I am vaccinated, but I'm still immunocompromised, and I catch absolutely anything that's going around cons. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Right.
But as of right now, I am hoping to make it to Zenkai next year.
Yeah, definitely. So. And the second thing, I totally forgot. Oh well, it is what it is. So, but
I want to be a platelet.
You'd be so cute as a platelet. You'd be a platelet with a knife. You'd be a platelet with a knife.
Mako-chan as a platelet.
She'd be like, surprise!
Mako-chan as a platelet. If you're trying to crack the anime dimension, there you go.
She's the Deadpool of Cells at Work.
If that happens, I want to see Wild Spice pushing Mako in the cart, and I will stand behind them playing the ending theme on my speaker. Okay, I will walk behind them doing that. Okay, and I see it. The Beery says, "We are the world," and somebody's going to probably write a parody of that. But if you want to check out more of Ichigo's amazing talents and concoctions, she's over at Strawberry Paper Doll. She streams Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Thursdays at 3 p.m., right? And I know you stream on Sundays as well. I just don't remember what time.
3 p.m.
Oh, 3 p.m. across the board, huh? Oh, God.
And on Sundays we do Genshin Impact, which, again, another one that I'm probably going to cosplay from because I can't not. Oh, and on that note, to wrap up my Geek Roundtable, I'm playing Genshin Impact now, by the way. I've gotten to co-op open, so if you want to play in my world, I would love it. I would love some friends on Genshin Impact. I would love to expand the Genshin berry bunches. So feel free to ping me, whisper me on here, and we'll definitely play some games together. It's super fun. The characters are super cute and wholesome, and I cannot get enough.
2 things. Number 1, Ichigo, your hair color basically matches 50% of the characters' outfits in that game. Number 2, if you Google search Weeb Breath of the Wild, you get Genshin Impact. Seriously.
I mean, that's what they described it as, and considering it's a free game.
Yeah.
Like, considering it's a free game, and they are doing AAA quality work on an MMO that has little to no bugs / issues. I've glitched through a few things, okay? But that's just me because I'm a fucking troll. So when it comes to playing the game, like, it is so fluid, it is so pretty, it is so cinematic. Okay, my biggest gripe, no animal petting / interaction system. Okay? Like,
what do you think this is, Ghost of Tsushima?
Hey, if Valhalla freaking has it, if Valheim has it, if the Vikings can go pet their dogs, I want my waifus to pet their dogs too. There are dogs and cats, and you are not letting me pet them or feed them. No,
what about,
it's not okay.
What about the option to pet your waifu?
I'm not so much into that, but I like the animals because the animals are super cute, and the animals come up to you and they like look at you, and you're like, I can't do anything for you, little dude. Go off. But yeah, no, it's such a cute, wholesome game, and I've gotten a few characters. I've gotten Noelle. Like, Noelle is one of my favorites to play, so if any of you guys are playing Genshin, Noelle is one of the most recent drops they did, and she's basically Maid Cafe. Like, she's basically, would you like some tea? Would you like sugar? Okay, I have to clean up now, and then she just like whacks everybody with a broadsword, and it's badass, and I love it.
Look, I want to play this on PS4 because on the PS4 version you get Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, she's been released on PC as well.
Okay, good, wonderful, because I love Aloy. And speaking of Aloy, my Geek Roundtable is I've gotten back into playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I finally popped the game in for the first time in, I don't know, God knows how long. It was back when I had my old 32-inch TV. Now I have a nice, sweet 43-inch with HDR, 4K, and all that. I put the game in. I don't even know why I'm saying 4K, because the PlayStation 4 cannot do 4K unless you have the Pro console. So I put the game in, and I'm just like, oh my God, this game is gorgeous. And I was saying that before, but now I'm back into that. And one thing I like about that game is that game is designed for you to take your time and get through shit, not to rush. So we got that going. I started watching Eden Zero. It's from the creator of Fairy Tail. And if you are a big fan of Fairy Tail, you're going to love the connection between both of these anime series. Number 1, the cat Happy is in both, so that's really cool. He is the companion to Rebecca in the series, which is pretty cool. The second episode tells their backstory, and if you are a cat person like Mako, you're going to get emotional in the second episode, but then you're going to see how badass Happy gets towards the end of the episode. Plus, you also see Lucy and Natsu walk by in the background like they're a couple, so, you know, something that I was discussing with a friend of mine about. So that was fun. So I'm going to continue watching that because thankfully Netflix is only releasing like a few episodes at a time. So once after I finish these first 13, I can go jump back into Fate and other animes I've been slowly working on. And I got a notification. I get the daily emails from Otaku Mode about, their sales and stuff like that. And I am not one of those that buys expensive figurines. They only get expensive if they're out of production, so you got to spend a few extra dollars. Like my Satsuki Kyryujin that I have, I spent about $80 on that. So, but there are a couple of Rem figures from ReZero, like her idol figure. That's like $400, and I'm just like, if I actually had the $400, I would actually buy it, and I would not regret it. But I got an email, and there was something about some Love Live figurines. So I went in, I decided to do a search and see what was available, because they already have figures available from Love Live Superstar. And by the way, Sumire is best girl on there. She's like a cross between Yohane, Nika Yazawa, and Minako Aino, and just cranked up, okay? But and I go around, I'm looking, I'm like, and I see that there's a Q Posket figurine for Yohane. So I'm just like, well, that's not bad. I'll drop the $20 on that, which I did. And here it is. I guess Q Posket is now doing supersized figurines now. So, because I honestly wasn't expecting this for a while. I guess this was in their US warehouse. So, also another thing I like about this webcam, I can actually show the stuff off, and you have to worry too much about the reflection. I like that. So, let's see. Let me go ahead and open this up real quick, and then we'll get into tonight's articles. And to cover a couple things in our chat room here, Ron421 asks, Bonds is asking Ron421 if he's watched Girlfriend. I have watched it. I am basically caught up. I have not watched this week's episode, but it's really good. I would have to say, it's the most sensible way to explain polyamory in an anime. It's still a harem anime, but it's also polyamory, so it's really good. One of the characters I cannot stand, and when you get to episode 3, I believe you'll get what I mean. And Bob Coffey says that Kiki is MVP of Superstars, to be honest. Kiki Tang gets on my last nerve, okay? Running around chasing Cannon, to be a school idol. Basically, if I had to compare characters, I would say Cannon Shibuya is the Dante Hicks of the series, because basically she's like, I don't want any part of this. I didn't ask for this. She was basically voluntold to be a school idol. I have to say, I think she is the one with the most amount of common sense. And after watching this week's episode, things got deep. But yes, Bob Coffey. He mentions that she is amazing and her dynamic with Sumire is great. Yes, I do like that. There was a meme about them floating around in one of the Facebook groups I saw. If I find it, I will send it your way. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to get into tonight's topics, and we're going to jump right into Ichigo's fandom about Creamy Mami. So that, and if you notice, Ichigo's hair matches hers as well. So
I'm getting ready to do the re-dye, so it's actually going to be a darker blue, but it is definitely very pastel, purpley blue kind of colors going on right now, so I definitely see that, and I do see the characters in Genshin that have the same colors, so it's just kind of funny. Yeah. But yes, Creamy Mami, the unwitting magical girl, as it were. So Creamy Mami is joining Tokyo's Idol Festival lineup, and oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna get this word. Eponymous, there we go. heroine of the classic Magical Angel Creamy Mami anime series, is joining the annual Tokyo Idol Festival for an online stage performance. The virtual TIF lineup includes those other virtual idols and entertainers. The 227 idol group, which inspired an anime in January 2020, is also participating. The physical event will take place in the Aomi area in Odaiba, Tokyo, from October 1st to 3rd, and it will be accessible via pay-to-view live stream. Information about purchasing tickets is available through the event's website, and international credit cards are accepted, but the instructions are in Japanese only. The original Magical Angel Creamy Mami anime aired from 1983 to 1984, and it inspired various manga and OVAs in the 80s. The story follows a 10-year-old girl, Yu, who gains magical abilities after encountering a spaceship. She doesn't really encounter it. She sees it fall from the sky and then rides a scooter over to it, okay? That's literally the deal. She uses her newly acquired powers to become a 17-year-old pop star and hopefully win the heart of her crush. Retro Crush is streaming the anime for the United States and Canada. Yeah, I love it, but it is because it is so ridiculous.
And on a side note, if you have Peacock, I believe Retro Crush is streaming select titles on their platform, and Creamy Mami may be one of them. So you might definitely want to check that out. All right, I didn't update this. There we go. I might have to get a Stream Deck after all. Who knows? All right. Next up, it seems that Dragon Quest is getting a chess set. And I just realized I have not played chess in quite a long time.
Yeah, me either. So Japanese collectibles manufacturer U-Treasure is helping to celebrate the first anniversary of the Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai TV anime with a chess set. The chess set will be based off of the Hadlar Royal Guard, a group of bodyguards tasked to protect Hadlar, one of the main antagonists of the series and the source manga. In a further nod to the anime and manga, the chess pieces will be cast from high-quality silver, with half of the set chess pieces painted black. Will be modeled after individual characters such as the pawn Him, the knight Sigma, the rook Block, the bishop Fenbren, and the queen Albanas. U-Treasure will open pre-orders for this chess set in early November, with international ordering and shipping available. However, this set is only for the truly well-heeled Dragon Quest fan, as the set price is going to be about 30,000 U.S. current in exchange rate.
To quote Chris Rock, "Good Lord, that's a lot of money."
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that they're going to be casting from high quality silver right then and there, you know it's gonna be expensive. And then Japan does tend to put its, pieces like this at a much higher cost rate as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
is this for playing a game or is this for like wearing? Because dang.
yeah, this is, I mean, you're talking about a full-size chess set, but you're gonna $30,000. Holy crap!
Whew. I think if I ever bought that, I wouldn't tell anybody. I would just let people discover it as it sits like out on display in the background while I'm on stream or something like that.
That's a weeb who put their stimulus into the stock market and hit big.
Yeah.
What about game stocks?
To the moon!
For the record, I actually thought about buying into stock. Like, I actually thought about buying like 20 shares when it was like $5 a pop years ago, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to waste my money. Oh well, we'll live and learn. Still a shit company, but But at least they gave me my refund on the Xbox One controller I sent back. How are you going to sit here and say it's an original Xbox One controller when it's missing, when it has a third-party battery case on it and someone cracked it open and put translucent buttons on it? And the label, someone cracked the label because you had to unscrew it to do that. I'm just like, how did that miss Q&A, you know? How? Anywho, we're gonna go into my fandom for a wee bit, and also Ichigo's fandom here and there. You know, if you don't know what I mean, a couple of years back, she cosplayed Akane to my Ranma at Katsucon, and we came across a friend who cosplayed Shampoo. It was fun times all around. And in this case, speaking of Shampoo, Rumiko Takahashi explains the origin behind Shampoo's name. And I was like, what? Now, as you know, she's officially on Twitter as Rumiko World 1010. Basically, that's her talking about herself and her assistants who also manage the Twitter account. But what she's doing is explaining more about certain things like the characters, like items in her house and so forth. But in this case, she's talking about Shampoo. And basically what she said is, I wanted to come up with a name like Shan Shan, but I didn't want it to be repetitive like the way they name panda bears. I wanted something cute like Shan and Poo that sounded Chinese. So I asked someone who was well versed in the Chinese language to guess how to write it out in kanji. And there you have it, how the name Shampoo came to be. And the fact that she was almost named like a panda bear instead of a hair care product. And as the saying goes, the more you know.
Dun, dun.
I don't even think I have it in here anymore. Or, no. Here it is.
I can see the aspects of the panda bear, though. Like, her buns definitely are reminiscent of, like, panda ears. So I think that's pretty cute.
Well, that too. And, you know, I get that. Here we go. See if it's not too loud. Don't want to blow out anybody's ears. That was nice. That was perfect. I wonder if she's going to talk about the name, Moose's name and colognes. I'm looking forward to those. All right. Now we're going to talk about legendary J-Rocker Gackt, and we have some sad news about that.
Yeah, so the official website for Gackt announced on Wednesday that he is going on an indefinite hiatus from entertainment and performance activities due to an early onset neurological disease now progressing into a life-threatening condition and resulting in dysphonia, which is a disorder of the voice. He plans to pursue treatment to resume activity as soon as possible. The site added that Gackt has been feeling unwell since shortly after returning to Japan on August 6th. He primarily lives overseas in various homes in Southeast Asia and has been ill and losing weight for several weeks. The announcement noted that his condition is currently stable, but medical examination has confirmed that he is not fit for work. He plans to return overseas to consult with his personal doctor for treatment. So, you know, obviously he and his former group, they have done quite a bit of work. He has contributed to theme songs from Fist of the North Star, Final Fantasy, and Mobile Suit Gundam. He's also appeared in the Skek Dance playing a character modeled after himself, and also voiced the villain character, the Fiend with 20 Faces, in the Trickster anime. He's also voiced roles in anime such as Shiki, Tono to Isho, and Supernatural, the anime series, which, yes, I own.
I believe he also voiced, or he was the inspiration for the voice of Gakpo, which is actually a very well-known Vocaloid as well.
Would not surprise me.
Would not surprise me at all. But yeah, it's we're hoping for a speedy recovery. once he, gets through his treatments and everything. Hopefully he will be able to come back to, his work. But, sometimes it does happen that, especially that this is already affecting his voice. There is a very good chance that he may not end up coming back, at least for singing reasons, depending on whether or not his vocal issues will be able to be corrected after this.
Yes, and Cinnabiri mentioned something that's not even in the article, which most Gackt fans know about. He starred in the movie Moonchild, which I saw many, many moons ago. If I had a sound effect for that, I'd play it.
But yeah, I hope that if nothing else, he can come back in a production quality, like a production setting, until his voice is healed to a point that he can because I feel like a lot of people don't understand how much musical performers do use their voice is basically their instrument. Yep. And so unfortunately, he's had this neurological issue for years, for decades at this point. So it is just a matter of how it's developed and how it's affected him. So I hope that he recovers well and he recovers quickly, but I definitely hope that there is a place for him and he can find a lot more use for his skills and his talents he's developed over years in different ways. Speaking of another musical talent,
Yes.
I know that Studio 4 Degrees Celsius is creating an anime ad for the 20th anniversary Aaliyah album, and it was released. So it was a continuation. If any of you remember the 2001 teaser ad for this, Studio 4C is mostly known for their big productions, so large-scale productions in TV animation and feature films. And they are still in high demand because of their international level of expertise and production capabilities. With numerous awards and nominations over the studio's history for their ads commissioned by brands such as Nike and Honda, the studio recently lent its talent to the production and development of a new ad for the 20th anniversary release of R&B singer Aaliyah's third and final self-titled album, which was officially released to streaming services on Friday, and the newly produced ad serves as a sequel of sorts to the original teaser first released ahead of the album's original release in July of 2001, before the singer tragically passed away in a plane crash 1 month later. The original teaser is included in the article, so if you guys want to go and look at that, it does also have a link to the new animation that they've just released. Official Studio 4 Degrees Celsius Twitter account has officially tweeted about the commercial, that it's been a long time. And they don't have a translation, but you can definitely go and check out their Twitter. All of this is included in the article that's been linked in the chat here on the twitch.tv/Anime Jam Session channel.
And thank you so very much. And I actually am a fan of her music. I'm just glad that now you can check it out on like Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, and all that, YouTube Music, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's surprising how much the musical platform, like music as an industry and an output, has developed over that small amount of time. In that 11 years, I guess now, like the fact that
20.
What?
Her last album came out in 2001.
Yeah, and so the fact that like now that they'll be able to access all these platforms and they're having this big animation come out, more people are going to be able to hear her music. So that's really awesome.
Definitely. At least now today's fans are like, if they're sampling her music, they can now hear the original. Now, on our last story of the night, before we get into strange news from Japan, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. And that's something that I kind of dabble in because I invest weekly into 3 different types of crypto. I have Litecoin, Ethercoin, and Ethercoin Lite, something like that. And I actually have $20 thrown into Bitcoin just because, but But there is an otaku coin called Anime Loot. And I was trying to see if I can buy some of the crypto through my normal services, but I can't. So I have to go through their app and use their wallet, which is okay with me. I don't mind. But the people behind this Otaku coin cryptocurrency said that they want to create an isekai anime with NFTs, non-fungible tokens. And NFTs are basically like, think of it as like digital swag, essentially. That's basically what it is. And you own a part of it, Think of it sort of like if it was an actual map that we here I shared with everybody on staff, but instead of it being a physical map, it's something digital that we share through an app, and we just see our share of it, something like that. And it's like you can click on it, and it shows the whole thing and all that good stuff. So the project behind this is inspired by the Loot social network, which is basically Anime Loot. It's where the participants would attain a unique list of randomly generated item names referred to as loot through purchasing NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. Although the item's names possesses no inherent attributes, nor do the items interact with any broader game rules. The concept went viral last week as participants began creating their own artwork and story concepts around the list. Very nice. The Anime Loot project is an experimental bottom-up anime project that encourages similar community participation. Those who sign up can receive a free token called the Default Settings Replica NFT, which generates their character's basic characteristics under the following 4 categories: species, sex, heritage, personality. The direction of the anime will gradually take place as the project moves on. The Otaku coin cryptocurrency launched in 2018. It is an ERC20 token which runs on the Ethereum platform. And right now, Ethereum is getting up there. You're making decent money if you're invested in Ethereum currently. According to the concept paper, the goals of Otaku coin are allow fans to vote on or fund projects, eliminate foreign currency conversion fees, and implement a reward program for otaku activities such as watching anime or purchasing official products. That's kind of cool. And I want to invest in this. I want to get my hands on some of this cryptocurrency, Then again, I do have like 70 tokens of Dogecoin, in my digital wallet. And I think that's like, it has a retail value of like $3 currently. Thank you, what's his name? The guy that runs Tesla. I can't remember his name at the moment. Whatever. Somebody will shout it out. Anywho, now that we got that out the way, here's the part of the show that y'all really came and stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan. Thank you, Bob Coffee. Elon Musk. I'm going to take the first one since we talked about that last week, so.
I'm letting Mako choose which story she wants because both stories are good, but I know the second one is definitely very cute.
I know that's probably I think she's kind of gearing towards that.
I'll actually take the last one since it's my fandom.
I get the second one? Yes.
Yeah, I'll take the last one.
Because probably right now, Mako-chan's arm is behind her petting Damien. See?
She's like, I have a cat, so I don't need one.
She has a one-fanged cat named Damien.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to talk about legendary actor Beat Takeshi. It seems that we have a bit of an update on what happened. And I'm just like, wow. So, basically, Beat Takeshi is one of the most widely respected figures in Japanese show business. Internationally, he's best known for his work as a film director and actor, with many of his projects set in Japan's criminal underworld. but he's also a comedian, the author of multiple books, and a regular on the TV, talk show, and variety show circuit in Japan as well. He's even branched out into video game work, lending his likeness and voice to the 6th installment of Sega's Yakuza series, which, if you have not played, you gotta check it out. It's available on PlayStation and Xbox. Unfortunately, Takeshi ran into some trouble with a man believed to be part of the real-life Yakuza last Saturday night. Around 11:40 p.m., Takeshi was leaving the studios of TV station TBS in downtown Tokyo's Minato Ward when the car he was in was attacked by a man wielding a pickaxe. The attacker, who had been lying in wait on the premises, approached the car and swung the weapon at the vehicle's windshield, attempting to shatter it. The police were summoned and quickly arrived on the scene, subduing the man before he could harm Takeshi or his driver. When they searched him, they found that he was also carrying a knife, so he has been placed under arrest not only for the attack itself, but also for violation of Japan's sword and firearm control law. Based on the questioning, the authorities believe the man is part of a Yakuza organization operating out of Chiba, the prefecture that borders Tokyo to the east. However, the attack doesn't appear to have been mob-ordered hit on Takeshi. Instead, the man said that he was angry at the star following a June encounter, which he also snuck onto TBS TV station's property and asked Takeshi to become his mentor and show him the ropes of the entertainment industry. When Takeshi ignored his request, he says he developed a grudge which grew into last Saturday's revenge attempt. Takeshi, on the other hand, says he doesn't know who the man is, implying that either the story of their first meeting is a fabrication the attacker invented, or that if he did indeed take place, the would-be apprentice failed to make any lasting impression. It's doubtful Takeshi will ever forget the man now, but due to the reason why, he probably shouldn't be holding his breath that Takeshi will agree to take him under his wing. Well now. I guess it falls under the whole saying, notice me, senpai?
Yeah, I wouldn't want a yandere in Japan. We've read too many stories of idols, celebrities, and other people being accosted by folks that either just want to use them or are fans of them or want something from them, and it is ridiculous.
You're not wrong.
Let's go on to some more wholesome content, because
Yes.
I feel like we've had enough nasty for one day.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you guys know the origin of the internet. It's for cat videos, right? Well,
Yup.
I'm going to tell you all about the Japanese Scottish fold that took YouTube by storm and won the Guinness Book of World Records award for being the most watched cat on YouTube. There can only be one, and the year was 2019. A stupid entertainment news website had just spoiled the ending of Avengers Endgame for the article author, and pretty much only Japanese people could be seen wearing face masks out on the street. This was also the year that a star was born. He's a Scottish fold named Motimaru, and since the tender age of 50 days, he's lit up audiences on YouTube with his unabashed candor and pride in being a playful kitten. Motimaru's first video documented his arrival in his new home and can be seen in the article. Now a seasoned pro, at the age of 1 year and 317 days as of the article's inking, Motimaru, or Motisama, as he's sometimes known, usually racks up at least 1 million views per video in a matter of days, as all cat videos should.
Mm-hmm.
A dignified Motimaru, whose name is actually pronounced Mochimaru, showing reserved joy while posing with his various YouTube awards. Perhaps his success is due to his expressive face, joie de vivre, or maybe it's just what they call the X factor in show business. Whatever it is, the wildfire fame of this cat has earned its Guinness World Record for most views for a cat on YouTube, for a total of 619,586,290 views, as at his channel Motimaru's Diary as of the 12th of August.
Wow.
When the record was certified. That number has of course climbed to 685,201,400 as of writing the article. There's a video documenting when he was presented his award, and the current Guinness World Record for most views for an animal video on YouTube is actually held by Mamo, the lemon beagle. Mamo's record was certified in 2018 as 695,332,916 views, but has since extended well beyond that, with over 4 billion views as of the article being penned. Given Motimaru's young age and strong viewership trajectory, however, with enough time, he may outpace rivals in this cat and dog fight. The Scottish Fold is also a force on Twitter, where he scores up to 18 million impressions and 320,000 likes for a single tweet. He's already been signed to the management firm of Free Co. Limited, who are handling any and all interested parties who would like to have Motimaru serve as a spokescat. According to market research, Motimaru is especially popular with adults in their 30s. Hi.
Hi.
And 50s, nearly evenly split between men and women at the 45 to 50 ratio, respectively. That means he'd be great at promoting anything from flea collars to gluten-free beer. Let's just hope that his fame grows. Motimaru doesn't let it get to his head and forget what being an authentic YouTube cat is all about, reacting in adorable ways to everyday human objects.
And I've been showing, while Ichigo was talking about this, I've been posting pictures of Motimaru, and the most recent one here is Motimaru hanging out in his owner's jacket. I think that's something Mako-chan's been trying to get Damien to do.
Yeah, I can't get Damien to actually go under blankets or jackets or anything like that. I try. He does not like it.
That's the main thing, is at least you tried. Alright, and our last article of the night having to deal with Pokemon cards, and if are you a real fan or not?
Yeah, so, obviously, when it comes to video game hardware, anime merch, and collectible trading cards, speculative resellers continue to be the bane of genuine fans. Scalpers can reap an economic benefit from scouring shops as soon as whatever the hot new item is goes on sale, and so by the time actual fans finish work or school for the day and can make it to the store, they're often sold out. So the problem becomes how to weed out resellers while still letting fans easily purchase the cool stuff they want. And 2 Pokemon card selling stores in Japan have come up with a uniquely logical solution. Make the customers prove that they're actually Pokemon fans before they can buy cards. One of the stores is Omiya Sashigo media entertainment chain Tsuteya in Saitama City. The shop is currently taking pre-orders for the upcoming Pokemon Sword and Shield Fusion Arts expansion, and it's informed would-be buyers of the conditions they have to agree to or meet before making a purchase. These include, when placing your pre-order, you will be required to either show the Pokemon trading card game deck you currently use and or correctly answer a Pokemon quiz. The tweet actually goes on to explain that the quiz format will be 4 pictures of Pokemon species, but their names will be covered. And in order to prove you're a fan and thus eligible to pre-order the Fusion Arts expansion, you have to be able to name at least 2 of the 4. And if you're worried that resellers can just look at the names of the 4 Pokemon in the tweet and memorize it, the store has thought of that too and says that the tweet only shows an example and that the actual quizzes administered in store will have different species. The store also says that in certain cases, customers may be asked to both show their deck and pass the quiz before placing their pre-order. The pre-orders are also limited to 1 box per person, and the buyer has to agree to the shrink wrap being removed prior to receiving the box. An anti-reselling precaution some other stores in Japan have also started taking. The clever system has met with applause from many online commenters who said, "This is a fantastic idea and I totally support it. As a Pokemon card game player, this makes me really happy. I wish more stores would do this. Maybe you could make them answer what type the Pokemon are too." Meanwhile, 2 prefectures south from Saitama in Yokohama, Kanagawa's prefecture capital, the local branch of electronics megastore Yodobashi Camera has also been making customers prove their Poke credentials as well. When the Twitter user showed up to buy a box each of Eevee Heroes and Shiny Star 5 or Shiny Star V cards, customers had to first answer the question, who's the Pokemon partner of the series' main character? Granted, you don't have to be a Pokemon trivia master to know who Ash Saitoshi's best Pokemon friend is, but it's likely that suddenly being engaged in anything resembling a conversation with the franchise's storyline is enough to mentally throw resellers off for a moment, letting the store's clerks realize they're up to something fishy and helping make sure even one more box of cards ends up in a true fan's hands.
And as Bob Coffey says, Gunpla shops are doing that also with the new RG High New Gundam. Makes sense. But I didn't think it'd be that serious. But, anything's plausible.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is going to come to something to try and stop resellers. But it's difficult because even resellers, I mean, if I were to go in there and buy something, I know Pokemon, and I could turn around and sell it. I collect the cards. I don't play. So, I mean, technically I'm not really who they're looking at to purchase the cards, since they're looking for people that have, playable decks.
Makes sense.
But at the same time, I just like collecting pretty cards.
Trust me, we all know. We've all seen that one picture of you holding up that deck, those packs of Sailor Moon trading cards. But I would say, I don't want to derail, but, if you really want to help with this whole, scalpers and stuff like that, all these new stuff, in-store purchases only. Do not put it online for online sale. In-store purchases only. You want to pre-order something, you got to go into the store and do it. Granted, I understand we're in a pandemic and we shouldn't be out and about, but sometimes you got to take those risks. You're going to go in, throw down your $5, and then you leave. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, we got everything covered, but plenty of time left. But still, I think we should go ahead and wrap up the show. Okay.
Yes. So I can go to sleep.
But sleep is for the weak.
And I'm very weak.
Yeah, and
I've had a very long week, and it's only Tuesday.
Wow, talk about a rough week.
You get to sleep all week, Ranma? What have we been doing?
Yeah.
If sleep is for the weak?
Love you both.
But I'm...
So if you like the show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. And don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find our weekly podcast, as well as anime reviews, convention reports, links to our convention photos, convention videos, and our weekly podcast, and so much more. All at animejamsession.com. And don't forget, our podcast is available through any podcasting app, so you can listen to this week's episode, older episodes, and a whole lot more. Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, any of it. Just search Anime Jam Session. The episodes will come up. Take a listen, and if you have a couple of minutes, go ahead and leave us a little review. We greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, Anime Jam Session at YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us there for updates on when we're going live. New articles are out. When we have convention coverage, videos, and photos, and a lot more. And if you're following our YouTube page, youtube.com/Anime Jam Session, PuchiCon videos are available. There's a video going up every day this week. So definitely check that out. And we appreciate the bits and the auto hosting. So every bit counts. You can, if you don't want to do bits, there's links below to our Stream Elements tip bucket, our Ko-Fi tip bucket. We appreciate all of that. So we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am looking forward to this weekend.
Same.
And hanging out with the crew.
Same.
At Q by the Sea, which I was very surprised is actually happening again. And while there's still no updates on the website for the event, here's hoping that we have a good time.
Mm-hmm. And I wish Ichigo could join us, but she can't, which is completely understandable. Last words, Ichigo.
Well, I am going to get into some more crafty goodness this evening, but I will see you guys next week.
My last words, I'm going to edit the shows, get them properly posted and scheduled. Then I think I'm going to enjoy some ice cream and some more Eden Zero. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode and maybe a fresh coat of paint. So who knows? Anywho, I'm Ranma.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I'm Ichigagami.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Night.
Bye.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Perfect, awesome ride here. See you next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on the show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it! For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!